Panthers could have made the first overall selection in the college draft back in April. Instead, they chose to trade down to 5th and take Kerry Collins from Penn State. But the first ever Panther pick shall be 3rd on the depth chart. Now, most observers assumed that Frank Reich would be the starting quarterback. But that's not the story today at Panthers camp. Let's bring in Grace Lee Nickel, who joins us on a beautiful night in South Carolina. Grace Lee.
That's right, Mike, and you hit it. The question at quarterback is the hot issue here in the Carolinas, and so far there is no definitive answer. You mentioned Kerry Collins, who's being groomed to take this franchise into the next decade. But for now, the contest is between a couple of older guys, Frank Reich and Jack Trudeau. 10-year veteran Jack Trudeau was the starting quarterback in nearly 75% of the games he played for the Colts and Jets. Frank Reich made his reputation as one of the league's best backups. This season, that could change.
This has been tremendously exciting to me. Up in Buffalo, I'd be going into training camp just looking to secure the #2 position, and knowing that it wouldn't matter if I, threw for 20 touchdown passes in the preseason. I was going to be the #2 quarterback in Buffalo. Here that's not the case.
From an intensity level, both of us want the job very badly and want to be a starting quarterback in this league. We both think we've proven it over our careers that we can do it. And, whichever way it goes, both of us will be able to handle it.
The competition has been friendly, and Dom Capers says the position is still wide open, and that Reich, Trudeau, and Collins will rotate duty Saturday against Jacksonville. At running back, there is no controversy. Barry Foster practiced Monday but sat out Friday and Saturday with an inflamed ankle. Foster says he's aiming for 1,000 yards this season, and Capers doesn't think the nagging injury will get in the way.
We knew when we signed Barry, all right, of what his situation was, and we certainly felt that the upside potential far outweighed the downside risk in it. There are many players around the National Football League that if they have a little something that bothers them, they might have to take a day off here or there. And we have no problem with that.
Now, Mike, as you can see, the Panthers are out on the practice field just 5 days away from their preseason unveiling. But this morning in practice, the focus was on the real season. The defense went up against the run and shoot, and as you know, they open up September 3rd against Atlanta. That's the story from Spartanburg, South Carolina. Back to Mike and you guys in the studio.
Grace Lee, thank you very much. Guys, the expansion teams spent their money in very different ways. We saw some familiar names, Foster, Reich. Carolina signed more unrestricted free agents than any other team in the league. Jacksonville spent about $6 million more than the Panthers did on guys from the expansion draft, taking veteran players who had some experience in the league. Now, Sterling, you were down there in Spartanburg this past week. It's hard to judge from watching practice, I'm sure, but does it look like the Panthers are coming together well as a team?
It really does, and it's kind of scary that this expansion team, so to speak, has come together like this. They're picking each other's brain about, that was a great route. How did you made a great turn, blocking schemes. They're talking, and they're going back behind the huddle, and they're doing this, and everybody's helping everybody become successful. That's really important in a young team season because they're going to experience some up and downs, and as long as they stay together, nobody will be able to get inside that head.
Well, I'll tell you this much, Sterling. The main thing they're looking for from Reich and Trudeau is leadership, and can they hand off the football to Barry Foster, if he stays healthy, that is. I talked to Dom Capers a couple of weeks ago, and this football team is going to be defense and running game, try to keep the game close, and then maybe hit a pass now and then, Mike. I don't see much of a passing game in Carolina, but I see a lot of close games and a chance to win some games, too.
The defensive Capers philosophy, the Polian building philosophy, Steelers and Bills have had some success, so we'll see if it works.